We're going to solve a couple of problems using the grouping repeated addition multiplication strategy. Problem 1, 5 times 7. And we have 3 steps to complete the grouping repeated addition strategy. Step 1, ready, read. Write the repeated addition. 5 times 7. Well, I'm going to start with this number 5, and I'm going to write it 7 times. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 gives me 5 added 7 times. The question for step 1, how did we write the repeated addition? Think of your explanation. I'll give you a moment. We wrote the repeated addition using this first number to tell us what number to write down in the addition repeatedly, and we used the second number to tell us how many times total to write that value down. Step 2. Ready, read. Create smaller groups, find their values. I'm going to take the first 4 5s as my first small group. And that's because I know that 5 times 4 equals 20. Now that leaves me with the second group of 5 times 3, and I know that as well. Well, it's 5 less than 20, which is 15, but I know 5 times 3 equals 15. And so now, instead of a big group of 5 times 7, I have broken it into a 5 times 4 and 5 times 3. How did we create smaller groups and find their values? Think of your explanation. I'll give you a moment. I chose that 5 times 4 was the first small group that I was comfortable with, that I know the multiplication for, and then I also know 5 times 3, which is a smaller group than the first one. Pick the biggest group you can when making a smaller group. You don't want to take too many little pieces, otherwise it might create a lot of work for you. The whole goal of these multiplication strategies is to work faster and to be correct. Step 3, ready, read. Find the product, and the product is the final answer after multiplying. So we haven't found the final answer yet. We found these little parts of answers. We want to find the product by adding the smaller groups. So our 2 smaller group values were 20 and 15. So the product is going to be taking those 2 values, 20 and adding 15, to get 35. And that is the product to the multiplication problem. 5 times 7 equals 35. The question for step 3, how did we find the product? Think of your explanation. I'll give you a moment. To find the product, 35, after step 2, where we created the smaller groups, we needed to take the values of those small groups and add them together to get the final product of 35. You are now ready to complete problem number 2, 4 times 6, following these 3 steps.